This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve at Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. Today we toast an unidentified woman from Yakima, Washington. Now, on Wednesday morning, she received her $1,400 stimulus check. By Wednesday night, she'd used $1,200 of those $1,400 to buy herself, well, new to her, but otherwise an older model Jeep Grand Cherokee, all right? Apparently she has a sedan now, but she has a big dog. Dog can't fit in the car. So she's like, to hell with it. I'm going to buy myself a Jeep Grand Cherokee. 30 minutes after she bought it, as she is now driving home, burst into flames and burned completely to the ground.
Jesus.
Now, the good news is she managed to escape the Jeep unharmed. The bad news is that she lost over 85% of her stimulus money in 30 minutes. And she says she's tried to contact the person who sold her the car, but hasn't gotten any response. So you're saving it. You know what you're going to use it on. You go out, you buy it. And I mean, she didn't even make it home for
30 minutes it catches on fire.
And
Jesus.
They said it burned completely down to the point where neighbors that live in the area said, we could hear tires exploding. Like, this thing is a 100% complete loss. I feel bad for you, but I'm smiling. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola, bichola!
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
Hey, Grammy-inspired Bad Choice Friday. We had the Grammy winner for Record of the Year from 2011. That would be Adele with Rolling in the Deep, taking on Alanis Morissette. She won the Best Rock Song in 1995 with her breakthrough and You Ought to Know. How was the voting, Mike?
Miles, I don't know why you're asking me, man.
Why?
Because you ought to know. Oh, yes. That Alanis Morissette has won on a Bad Choice Friday.
Here's your winner on Bad Choice Friday, bitches. It's Miles and Thrill the Men's Room, 99.9 KISW, Seattle.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Now for all TV news all the time, it is time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. The Jimmies.
Two Jimmies.
Two Jimmies and a microphone.
Fallon and Kimmel. The two Jimmies.
I was going to say, and one cup.
Talking together.
Seth Meyers.
Seth Meyers.
That English chap.
James Corden.
Or Ted Smith.
Is it 10 or is it late now?
That's right there. The title. All these guys have a team of talented writers to help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom? Or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
It's March Madness season, and once again, everybody's doing their office pools. But this year, it means that it's you versus your wife, your 2-year-old, and your dog.
So Fallon.
Yeah, Fallon.
Fallon.
It is March Madness. That's right. Everyone is doing their office pools. Of course, this year that means it's your wife, your 2-year-old, and your dog. Rusty, you picked Gonzaga too?
Damn computer.
I see the disgust in your face.
I'm just like...
I edited that right and it cut it out anyway. What in the hell?
Like, what are you doing
What the
to me?
hell?
What the hell? Good magic. I don't know if you guys saw this in entertainment news. The FCC received multiple complaints about the song WAP being performed on the Grammys. And that's because people hate white Alfredo sauce. Jesus.
The Ted Smith.
Yeah, because I screwed it up.
Yeah, I was like, white Alfredo.
Pasta.
Pasta.
I was going to say white-ass potatoes.
White.
Yeah, right.
Did you see the performance?
Yeah.
My wife and I broke out in deep laughter and said, people are going to lose their minds.
I want a cheesesteak.
It's a nothing burger, but people are going to lose their minds about this.
Yes.
Because they didn't know the crazy things happen at the Grammys.
Yeah.
I want my cheesesteak done WAP style with a lot of provolone.
I'm going to start doing that. Let me get that WAP. What? The white-ass pizza, man, with the clam sauce.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Sorry that happened to you. WAP. WAP? Yeah. Wishes and prayers.
Oh, God.
The NCAA men's tournament began, and it's extra exciting because there was no tournament last year. So this is my first chance in 2 years to get furious at 19-year-olds I hadn't heard of until 5 minutes ago. Pass the ball, Johnson. You're not a shooter. Damn it, you Northeast Tennessee A&M.
Seth Meyers.
That's Kimmel all the way.
That's Seth Meyers.
By next month, they say the big theme parks could be up and running.
That sounded like Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, I was right. Again, another one. Another one.
The NCAA March Madness basketball tournament began, and it's extra exciting because there was no tournament last year. So this is my first chance in 2 years to get furious at 19-year-olds I hadn't heard of 5 minutes ago. Pass it, Johnson. You're not a shooter. Damn you, Northeast Tennessee A&M.
That was on me.
So you guys are struggling today, man.
Yeah. Rough week.
Anybody guess who the third joke's from?
I'm just going to go out on a limb.
I'll say Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel, yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel. Just hit it.
By next month, they say the big theme parks could be up and running, and when they are, in order to reduce the spread of the virus, they're asking customers not to scream on roller coasters. For real, they don't want, welcome to our amusement park. Do not show amusement or you will be ejected.
Thrill, you are correct. The FCC got 80 complaints about WAP during the Grammys.
Now think about this. And I know the viewership for the Grammys was down. I was like,
they got more complaints than viewers.
But here's the thing. It was 7 million people. So you take 80 out of 7 million and basically no one complained. I mean, that's
9.2 million people watched.
Right. So statistically, you would say no one complained. It's like saying sugar-free, but there's still some sugar in it, right? That kind of thing.
I just think it's also...
It's 80...
You would have the most amazing Yelp review for any business ever if that was the percentage.
If you did the percentage, right, absolutely.
Yeah, you'd be like 5 stars.
But remember when Janet Jackson's boob popped out at the Super Bowl those years ago, right? The way it was spun on the news was this is an absolute controversy. Trust me, the broadcast landscape changed. For whatever, TV messed up and it came down on radio. That's true. You know how many people complained to the FCC?
It was like 6?
3. This is the Super Bowl. I mean, talking like 130 million people, and 3 people out of 130 million complain. And somehow they matter.
Well, and also, like, a lot of the people that, like, I can only say from people I know on Facebook, like, complaining about it. It's like, right, but we're the generation that loved rock and roll and
all the crap you had to deal with.
I mean, remember Madonna crawling around on stages? Like,
and then she kissed Britney, and then there was something else. It's like, look, man, it is what it is. They're entertainers. You know something's going to happen. And the name of the song, it's WAP, man. I mean, like, so if you're going to perform the song, you can't be upset at the way they were dancing.
Not only that, you can't ignore it because it's probably the biggest song of the year.
And it's a huge
song.
So
you can't not perform it, right?
Remember Elvis, we won't film them from the hips down.
Also that, they changed all the lyrics, so people are only really complaining about what they saw visually.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I like this one. One person's complained that the media, quote, has a problem with Dr. Seuss, but allows Cardi B to sing about her WAP on national TV. And it's like, again, the Dr. Seuss people themselves said, hey, we're gonna not print these books anymore.
They preemptively made their look. The Dr. Seuss people made that decision. I don't care how the media spins, and they keep saying, like, we don't understand what the controversy is. No one made us do this. We did not ask anyone's opinion. This is a decision that we, as a Dr. Seuss Foundation, whatever it is, they made the decision. Like I said, these news channels spin it.
I was going to say, it's not the media spinning it this way.
But in the end, it's like, at least be honest about what you can have any opinion about it, but at least give people the information.
Yeah, Pepe the Pew. Oh, my God.
Right. So, the Grammys, obviously, a lot of that stuff was people were on Zoom and this and that. The Oscars are a month away. Mike, toning it down this year. No black tie.
Dad, I had it pressed.
All right, screw it. I'll break out my talk.
I do feel like I'm glad that
it was already in the cleaners.
I do feel like this is the one year that I cannot think of, other than, I don't know, maybe Borat that I watched. I'm trying to think if I watched any new movies. I watched Coming to America 2. They're probably not up for anything, but
well, it came out too late.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, what is that?
I like the Oscars. They're a month away, and they're telling nominees, basically, if you don't want to show up, you're not comfortable with it, with coronavirus, is that cool? But we're not zooming you in.
Oh,
that's
really?
Fair.
Yeah.
Well, then it'll go faster.
And I think that's fine.
And
like, if people don't want to, I get both sides of it, and also, like, you're still going to have I guess you want to be there to give that and obviously, listen, the Oscars are going to do everything they can. So it's not like that room's going to be full. They'll be socially distant, this and that. But, like, to me, it just is like, if you're nominated, I would figure out there's probably a way they can get everybody who's nominated in there.
I guarantee you, if you're nominated, they've already made room for you.
Correct.
You just have
you just don't have to bring all the other super famous people that just get to go because it's the Oscars.
Mm-hmm. That would be the difference, right? So, if you're nominated, they have space for you as a guarantee. And I don't blame for not zooming them in. One, it's a nightmare. This is a major production. Whether you care about the Oscars or not, it's a major production. And the Zoom thing, it doesn't help. And in the past, if you chose not to go to the Oscars, then you just weren't the same. Yeah. You might win.
Accepting
and you
on
weren't
your
there.
behalf, me.
Yeah. So-and-so. Congratulations.
Thanks, I kicked ass.
Yeah.
I'm off.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things, too. Like, I remember Jack Palance doing a one-arm push-up.
I remember that.
That was cool. Mm-hmm. But, like, a lot of the speeches, like, when you see them at the time, they're very impactful, and you're like, that is awesome. People crying and stuff.
It reflects the times, typically.
But I don't know that, like I said, Jack Palance is the most famous Oscar moment to me.
And we know what you're going to do. You're going to do what you're obligated to do, which is you're going to thank a few people we've heard of, a bunch of people we haven't that are intrinsic to Hollywood. So your agents and this person, and we don't know who they are. We don't care. And we know you're all going to say it. It doesn't freaking matter.
Yeah. And the Oscars, they're like, look, we're going to do everything we can. Treating an event as an active movie set, which they've been doing. So they can figure out, basically, there's tests out there. You could do them and find out 15 minutes later if somebody is positive or whatever. So they're going to do all that stuff. And like we said, the nominees, their guests they'll all be there. But like the random, I think Jack Nicholson goes every year because he's Jack Nicholson.
Right. You're not nominated for anything, but you're there.
Yeah. Which I don't blame him.
I would too.
If I was A-list Hollywood star, like, I'm going to the Oscars and then I'm going to those after parties to get
right.
trashed.
I would go to the Oscars if someone invited me.
Jack Nicholson's going because he hasn't done a damn thing in 10 years. It's like, oh, wow, I'm invited to something.
But you get the party.
This is exciting. Yeah, I'm going to go and throw down.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Can't go to a Lakers game anymore.
All right.
Yeah, they should have some fans showing back up.
Hopefully.
I've seen some arenas around the country do. I saw the UFC. They've got something planned for next month in Florida. They're like, oh, we're packing it.
Yeah,
they're going to fill it up. But yeah, I would think LA County specific. I want to say LA County. And look, in the Seattle area, we've had some very strict restrictions.
Sure.
But I want to say LA County was almost like the strictest. So but their gyms are open. They're phasing stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Everyone there's got a trainer anyway.
He's getting tired of coming to my home.
They come to your house and do the whole thing because you have a gym at home.
All right. Do you guys remember when Alice Cooper and Kiss were on the Love Boat?
No.
I do not, which amazes me because I was a huge Kiss fan as a kid, and Love Boat was on Friday or Saturday.
You don't seem like the typical guest for Love Boat.
All right, Miles, you're right. That was kind of a trick question.
Okay.
Because they weren't on there. But they were sort of. Sonny Bono guest starred on the Love Boat episode that aired on March 17th, 1979. He played a shock rocker named Deacon Dark, who was basically a cross between Alice Cooper and the guys
I
from
remember
Kiss.
that. I remember that episode.
You remember that?
Yes, because he put on makeup, and it was Sonny Bono. So you know Sonny Bono at that point in time from
I
Sun
Got
and
You,
Cher.
babe. Yeah.
Even though that was early 70s, you're still in the 70s.
That's who you know him to
Love
be.
Boat is a big show. I know who the hell Sonny Bono is.
For sure.
He's still a major star. And then he turns into this dark character, which is not what you're expecting with a guy who tells jokes and sets Cher up for a living, you know?
Right. He performed a song called Smash It in the Acapulco Lounge.
Oh, of course. Acapulco Lounge.
Lovely Acapulco.
Yeah.
Sonny. Oh, I want to Google.
How come there's not a song about a girl from there?
Acapulco?
Yeah.
That's what happens there stays there, Ted.
Yeah.
All right. Of course, Deacon Dark is actually Phil Baxter, a mild-mannered musician who wants to reinvent his career without costumes or gimmicks.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Oh, my God.
So,
Okay.
right, they weren't actually on the show, but Sonny Bono kind of played both of them together in one character and was on the Love Boat.
Okay.
I'm looking at the picture of him. He looks more like King Diamond.
King Diamond. Does he has the staff thing?
See, look at that.
Yeah.
Obviously, this weekend, if you're watching stuff, there's a ton of hoops on.
All day
Yes.
today already.
All day today, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, because remember, they stretched it out. Miles, I finally have the answer to your question. They are using 4 different arenas in Indianapolis.
Okay.
So using Lucas Field, the one where the Pacers play, an old one that you can tell is old, and another one. Well,
some high school gym.
One's a field house.
Oh,
So I was
right.
watching Michigan State, UCLA last night, and I was like, are those just bench rows? I was like, that is not Lucas Oil Field.
I mean, you think about it, if they brought the tournament to Seattle, right? You definitely play at UW. You could almost
Right, you
play
play
at
at
Key
Heck.
Arena.
You play at Key.
You could probably play in the convention center down here. They could probably put a floor in there, right?
you could play at the T-Dome,
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
right? I think they have high school or basketball tournaments there anyhow.
So move it here is what we're saying.
Yeah.
But I'm just telling you, when you watch games this weekend, I forget the name of the one field house, but you'll be like, that's the old one Ted was talking about.
We do Kent, Everett. I mean, we do have a lot of facilities to do that. We could.
Yeah, I'm
mean,
with
that's
you.
serious.
That'd be awesome.
Ted,
Well, would that be torture? The NCAA the A tournaments in
We're
town,
still
but
at
we
work.
can't go.
No, we're taking it off.
No, because the only people allowed in these games, I'm pretty sure, are family.
Oh, right.
Or like, like
you're
those
right.
kind of people. Like,
We get a press pass.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Whack like we're press.
I'll get one of those hats and put press in it. See,
Thank
call
you,
me
Ted.
Scoop.
We appreciate it. You are listening to The Men's Room.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Porn star is charged with manslaughter after giving a photographer poisonous venom from a toad. Meanwhile, a Florida woman is busted for DUI and shows cop her bra, which is where the vodka flowed. Counterfeiter busted when returning a pack of Huggies back to the store. Most Irish men and women admit to being drunk before becoming a whore. And a Florida couple offers up free beer as a way to meet the neighbors. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cock.
Top story. We go to Maryland, where a man was caught with fake money. He was caught after he attempted to buy a box of diapers for a little over $20 and used a counterfeit $100 bill. After he was caught, it came to light that he was working with a group of people making counterfeit bills from his home printer.
Do you know what the problem with it was?
What the problem with it?
Do you know what the flag was on this?
No.
He returned the diapers the next day.
You're kidding me.
No one returns diapers.
No.
If you buy diapers, you need the diapers.
Right.
That's where he went wrong.
Wow.
And they went, nobody returns diapers.
Right, the diapers. If you needed them.
This is suspicious. Then they went to the videotape.
That's amazing. That's what gave it away.
But honestly, the story like that makes me wonder how many counterfeit bills are we carrying at any given time? Because that's how, he was laundering the money by doing this. That's what his plan was. He's going to pay with the $100 bill. He'll get the money back, and boom, there it is. That $100 bill is now in circulation.
I don't really look at it that closely.
Okay.
I got a couple ones, $20 bill.
Exactly.
It's not like I examine it.
Like, I'm waiting for the time that I got a 20 and I hand it to somebody. They run that little pen over there and it's fake.
I mean, I get all my money out of an ATM.
I don't know anything about this.
Right.
I get my money from an ATM, so I'm assuming it's legit.
Which again,
Yeah, you don't know.
That's exactly what everybody's going to say. I know nothing about this. Even a guy who's making counterfeit 20s is going to say, I know nothing about this.
If he's smart.
Exactly.
Well, you have the advantage, though, if you don't have a printer at your home with counterfeits on it.
That's fair.
That is, you don't know that.
I don't.
Investigate me.
My problem is I did it on yellow paper. They're like, are you for real?
And I'm pretty sure, for the most part, if it's a good counterfeit, we would never be able to tell.
We wouldn't be able to tell. You know what's interesting? I don't know why you'd counterfeit $1 bills. For the love of God. If you have the ability to counterfeit, go for high dollar, right? But anyway, a buddy of mine, his older brother, had a counterfeit one. The tip-off is that where it says Washington under Washington's name. Washington was spelled wrong. Thank you, Baltimore.
Kidding.
The irony of this, if it were a regular $1 bill, it's worth exactly $1. This dude had so many people offering up to like $5,000 for it. Because it's such a novelty.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's just such an unusual, strange thing. Wow. So I'm like, your counterfeit $1 bill is worth considerably more than the real thing.
Because you screwed it up.
Because it's Baltimore. And you didn't spell Washington right.
I used to have a Bill Clinton $3 bill in my wallet.
Did you?
Oh, yeah, a bill on it. $3 bill.
All right. In other news, in Russia, we have the most Russian stunt. A video is making the rounds of a man that didn't think bungee jumping was exciting enough, so he took the unconventional route, and he attached the bungee cords to the piercings on his rear end. It's right there in the meat, too. The jump goes about as well as you'd expect. He's heard screaming in pain as he swings below, but the straps and the piercings did, in fact, hold up.
Okay.
I guess that's good.
We were talking about this. The thing about bungee jumping is the thrill. I might die doing this. It's the adrenaline rush and all that.
Yeah. I'd say more the adrenaline than thrill.
If you want me just to tug on your skin while you're doing that thrill, all right, fine, I'll do that. But, I mean, it's pointless.
Hey, you know what Miles and I are going to say?
That.
If you want us to tug on your skin, Red Lobster first.
And,
he had a Cheddar Bay biscuit in his mouth. When he
Shrimp Alfredo was the third option.
Somebody's going to capture that.
He's got that big milky mouth wrapped around his face.
Never would have guessed that.
A subway supervisor in New York has landed himself in trouble with the MTA. He was discovered to have ordered his subordinates to install a charging station at their hub in order to park and charge his Tesla on the company dime. Yeah. They showed it. There's an electric cord coming right out of the trailer that they have there, and plugged right into the Tesla. Damn. That's some city money charge right there.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna find out.
Yes.
Right.
Goodness gracious. We go to Florida for another drive-thru fail. Employees described the woman of the story as driving, quote, all over the drive-thru before finally getting up to the window where she smelled of alcohol and had glossy eyes. Police eventually tracked her down and got her out of the car where she could barely keep her balance, swaying from side to side. After refusing to take part in the field sobriety test, she was placed under arrest where they found 8 minis of Deep Eddy vodka lodged in her brassiere.
What's better than boobs and boobs filled with vodka?
Boobs and boobs.
Golly, my favorite things in one spot.
Her bra's like a pinata.
Boobs and vodka?
Oh, no.
That was what the flyer said. I'm like, dude, we're going to this bar night. It's boobs and vodka night.
I don't even know what it means.
I don't even know what they're doing.
I think Eddie got a little bit deeper than he thought.
Yeah, I'm in.
And that is it for your headlines with that. Mike Hawkins out.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate it, bitches. Enjoy the weekend. The lovely Taryn Daly's up next.
Yes, indeed. It is all true. But in the meantime, we be all about this bitch. Enjoy your weekends. And until next time, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.